Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks. I saw 2 movies this weekend, so you'll be getting 2 reviews for the price of 1, starting with Fantastic Four: First Steps, which was great. Another solid entry in the MCU after Thunderbolts. If they can keep this track record going, I think the next phase of the MCU will be in good hands. But as far as this movie goes, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I love the drama, the stakes, and how grounded the film feels. There isn't much action or typical MCU Marvel shenanigans here. Mostly it's just the characters trying to figure out how to stop this end of the world scenario, and you really do feel the threat. Galactus is intimidating, and you do feel the weight on everybody's shoulders. The characters have great dynamics between one another. The Fantastic Four do feel like a family. You get that family dynamic and bond and love out of each and every one of them. But the standout to me was Johnny Storm. He was given a lot more to do here, and while he's still cracking jokes, he had a much bigger role in the story than I expected, and I think Joseph Quinn did a great job. But also Pedro Pascal, Eben Moss, Backrack, and Vanessa Kirby all did great playing their characters, and the dynamic, especially between Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm, was gripping, especially given that they had to make some pretty serious decisions in regards to how to solve and put everything back to the way it was in favor of their family and the sake of the planet. I thought all of that was gripping and fun and exciting. There's some 2 really big action set pieces that were a ton of fun, especially the climax and one set in space. It was also entertaining and fun. My problems lie with how the movie starts and ends. It's not that it starts rough or ends on a whimper. I think they just rushed a couple things at the beginning, and I felt the ending kind of went by a bit too fast. You can definitely tell that they chopped up a lot out of this movie, especially when you watch the trailer and realize, oh my gosh, there's a lot of scenes in here that aren't in the final product. The movie is also not very funny. I wish these Marvel movies had better comedy writers. I'm sorry, I want to laugh at these jokes, but they're just not that funny. And there are some wonky special effects here and there. But overall, yeah, like I said, I thought this was great. I had a fun time. I'm looking forward to seeing where this team makes its steps into the MCU, and hopefully we see more movies like this and Thunderbolts in the future for the MCU. I definitely recommend it. And then I watched Happy Gilmore 2, which sucked. As a big fan of Adam Sandler, and especially the original Happy Gilmore, this was easily one of the biggest disappointments of the summer for me. The movie's not without its positives. I laughed every 15 minutes. Every now and again there would be a really solid joke, mostly coming from Sandler, Bad Bunny, or Christopher McDonald, but unfortunately most of the jokes rather fall flat. A lot of them are very juvenile and sophomoric, and most of the humor you would see from the later Sandler movies. One of the big running gags here is just that the villain's breath smells bad. Isn't that funny? And unfortunately, it doesn't do what the original film did that made it work. The original worked not just because it was hilarious, but it was short, simple, and straight to the point. This is 2 hours and is bloated with callbacks, flashbacks, and cameos, and it all feels so padded and forced. Like, we gotta go bigger and grander and better than the last film, but it only makes the film worse and feels like a former shell of what it once was. By trying to make it go bigger and grander, it takes away the simplicity and charm that the original had, and boy does this movie love reminding you of the original. Again, there are a lot of flashbacks and callbacks, and it really feels like what every long-awaited comedy sequel does. It goes, remember those jokes and characters from the first movie? Here they are again, but not as funny. And boy, once again, this movie is just not funny. The comedy mostly falls flat, unfortunately. I can't recommend this, especially as someone who's a fan of Adam Sandler, and especially the original. This was a big letdown for me. You're better off just sticking with the original Happy Gilmore. And those were my thoughts on both of these films. What did you all think of them? If you've seen one of them or both of them, which one did you prefer? Did you agree with my takes? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all those social media links right there. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.